all the more your mind starts negotiating. It will give you 1,000 reasons to slow down, to take it easy, to wait until tomorrow. But tomorrow is a liar. Tomorrow is the thief of dreams. There is only now, and now belongs to those who move with force. Action creates identity. When you act boldly, you stop questioning who you are. You prove it to yourself through motion. You begin to trust yourself. You begin to build belief, not from affirmations, but from results. Every step forward, even when it's hard, rewires your mind to know, I do what needs to be done. That belief is unshakable. That's how confidence is built, not by hoping, not by waiting, but by doing, by showing up again and again and again, until the world has no choice but to take you seriously. The ones who dominate aren't always the most talented, but they are the most committed. They don't wait to be discovered. They make themselves impossible to ignore. They outwork, outlast, and out-execute everyone around them. They don't need to be told what to do because they've already done it. They're moving when others are doubting. They're building when others are watching. And because of that, they own the game. Because the game rewards initiative. The crown doesn't go to the thinker. It goes to the mover. You've got something inside you that wants to rise, that wants to lead, that wants to build something real and unshakable. But you'll never access it by sitting still. The fire you're looking for won't come from motivation videos or more planning. It comes from motion, from walking into uncertainty and handling it, from doing the thing that scares you, from proving to yourself that you can handle pain, pressure, and pushback and still win. The minute you choose action over delay, you shift from passive to powerful. This world isn't going to wait for you to figure it out. It's moving fast, it's brutal, it's real, and it only opens for those who kick the door down. So stop talking, stop waiting, stop preparing forever. You don't need more time, you need more courage to act. The ones who win are the ones who move, the ones who strike, the ones who refuse to sit back and hope. Hope is for the hesitant. Dominance is for the decisive. You've got what it takes, but the world will only see it when you start moving like it. In conclusion, the path to success is not paved with hesitation, but with decisive action. Those who act dominate the battlefield of life. They understand that it's not about waiting for the perfect moment or the ideal circumstances. It's about showing up, moving forward, and creating their own momentum. Every moment you spend waiting is a moment someone else is using to build their future. The difference between success and failure is not talent or luck, but the relentless drive to keep moving, even when it's hard, even when you're scared, and especially when you'd rather stop. Remember, the world doesn't reward potential, it rewards execution. It rewards those who move, who commit, who refuse to be paralyzed by doubt and fear. If you want to dominate, you must become the one who acts first, who leads the charge, who faces challenges head-on without hesitation. So stop waiting for things to align. Stop waiting for the right time, because the right time is now. Take action. Step into the unknown. Own the moment. And let your actions speak louder than any words ever could. You have everything it takes, but it only matters if you act. Move, and you will dominate. There are moments in our lives when God calls us into sacred silence, not because we are afraid to speak, but because heaven knows that silence is sometimes the strongest shield for the soul. There are truths too tender to be thrown into careless ears. There are treasures of the heart that lose their value when exposed to the wrong light. And so, God, in His divine wisdom, whispers, "Do not speak of these things." Not out of fear, but out of divine protection, out of purpose, out of spiritual clarity. Some things are meant only for the altar. Some things are meant only for prayer closets, not coffee tables. In a world that rewards oversharing and broadcasting every fragment of our lives, we are losing the sacredness of secrecy. But God is restoring it. He is reminding us that some matters are holy, and He's asking us to keep them that way. You see, God does not ask us to hide our light, but He does ask us to protect our pearls. And the 5 things He calls us not to share are not burdens, but blessings. They are markers of spiritual maturity. They are not weights. They are wings. They elevate us to a realm where God becomes our only audience and where silence becomes our sanctuary. The first thing God tells us not to share is the depth of our calling, because the world won't understand it. Not everyone is equipped to see what God showed you in the night. Not everyone will honor the vision God planted in your soul. When Joseph told his brothers his dream, it didn't inspire them, it enraged them. When you speak too soon about a divine appointment, you invite earthly opposition, not because the dream isn't true, but because the soil isn't ready. God may give you visions that no one else sees, instructions no one else hears, burdens no one else carries. And it is not your job to convince the world of your calling. It is your job to obey it. When you talk too much about what God whispered in private, you dilute the power of the message. What was once holy becomes common. What was once intimate becomes debated. And sometimes, in trying to prove yourself to people, you lose the presence of God. So when God tells you to hold it close, it's not to punish you, it's to preserve you. Your calling will prove itself in time. Let your fruit speak. Let your walk preach. Let your obedience be your answer. When you protect what God gave you, He multiplies it. But when you parade it before its time, you expose it to danger. Not everyone celebrates your destiny. Some people are waiting to sabotage it. So stay quiet. Stay faithful. Let the vision unfold in the timing of heaven. The second thing God says to never tell anyone is the full extent of your sacrifice. We live in a world that applauds performance, but heaven applauds humility. Your sacrifice is not for show. It's not for likes, comments, or applause. The quiet obedience, the hidden tears, the late nights of prayer, the unnoticed generosity, God sees all of it, and He's asking you to keep it sacred. You don't need to announce every fast, every offering, every sleepless night,